But let's get straight to our top political story tonight. First, it was the Lokpal Bill, then the National Anti-Terror Centre, and now amendments to the Railway Protection Force Act. One after another, chief ministers have objected, calling them infringements on the rights of states. Today, the Home Minister said that DGPs are being called for a meeting next week to discuss the Anti-Terror Centre with the Home Secretary. But Odisha's Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has written another letter to the PM today, saying that an issue as important as this should be discussed at a meeting of Chief Ministers with the Prime Minister.
United in their opposition to the NCTC, the proposed anti-terror body by the UPA government, but divided on the issue of giving more powers to the Railway Protection Force, the RPF. The Railway Ministry is trying to revive an old Mamata Banerjee plan that seeks to give the RPF the same powers as the police force to investigate crimes committed in a train. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha have both expressed their reservation about amending the act. In a strongly worded letter, Naveen Patnaik told the Prime Minister, "I am constrained to point out that the Government of India is bent on taking one step after another that are in conflict with the federal structure."
I am sure other chief ministers will be communicating to the Prime Minister about this urgent matter, and I understand some of them have already written to him urgently about it.
Those who are opposing include the Gujarat Chief Minister and the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, but Mamata Banerjee is silent so far. The Trinamool justified the move to amend the RPF Act and made a distinction between the NCTC and the RPF.
NCTC is a new one, new outfit, is going to open their unit in different states. But RPF, GRP is the old body of security.
But the Railway Ministry's argument has been that a crime that takes place in a train often spans across different states and police forces, and investigations never reach their logical conclusion.
We have got to take all the state into account. We need to talk to them. I think that bill will come to Parliament and it will be debated in Parliament. I cannot unilaterally announce those things, but I think somebody, some agency must take responsibility and accountability.
Whether it's about setting up an anti-terror body like the National Counter-Terrorism Centre or giving more powers to the Railway Protection Force, Chief Ministers have made it clear that first, the centre will have to take them on board. While the centre may argue that there may be political compulsions of the Chief Ministers, there's no denying the fact that it's also a question of states asserting their federal rights. With camera person Narendra Godavli, Sandeep Hukan, NDTV.
So as it's the states versus the centre again, is India's federalism really under threat? Is there a breakdown of communication, in fact, between the centre and states? Joining us on the programme tonight, we're happy to have Union Minister Mr. Ashwini Kumar in the studio with us. Also with us is BJD MP, a senior lawyer himself, Pinaki Mishra, the BJP spokesperson, Siddharthnath Singh. Also joining us for a legal perspective on where the Constitution stands on the issue of federalism is Justice R.S. Sodhi, who was a former judge at the Delhi High Court. And also with us from Pune tonight, Mr. Dilip Pargaonkar, the consulting editor of the Times of India. Mr. Kumar, I'd like to ask you first, specifically on this anti-terror centre, because terrorism is such an important issue. Mr. Naveen Patnaik's objections today about why this is being dealt with by DGPs and not with chief ministers. Does he have a point there? Because this has been a politically sensitive issue. The chief ministers had written to the PM objecting on the grounds that they felt the states' rights were being infringed. So would it have been better if the chief ministers had been called for a meeting rather than DGPs?
I think the chief ministers always have access to the Prime Minister, and they meet the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister meets the chief ministers on more occasions than one. The chief ministers have made their point of view clear in their communications. The Prime Minister in return told the Home Minister to engage with the chief ministers. I think it was considered necessary to talk at the operational level to find out what are the real issues of contention so that these could be resolved. You can always talk to the Prime Minister. Ultimately, these decisions have to be decided by the Cabinet and the Prime Minister. So I don't think that's an issue at all. The reason why on the 10th, I think, the Home Secretaries are meeting, the Home Secretary is meeting the DGs is to find out what is really the bone of contention. The larger issue has been raised and pinpointed. The Union of India has gone on record to say that there is no encroachment whatsoever about the powers of the state. There can be no intention to do so because federalism is an essential feature of the basic structure of the Constitution. You can't tinker with it. Union of India believes, and that has been put on record, that there is no question of any encroachment and that they are not encroachment on the powers. There is enough basis in the Constitution to enable and empower the Union of India to seek to bring the amendments in response to meeting terrorist threats. Now look, one of the fundamental jurisprudential issues is the state exists for the people. The people don't exist for the states. The state. The Indian nation state comprises of its constituents, which are the state governments. There can be no question that the union doesn't exist in isolation, nor can the states survive without the support of the central government. So at least on the issue of terror, let us not dilute the fight against terror or our ability to effectively deal with law and order situation by quibbling over few nuances of few notifications here or there.
The NDTV news app had redefined the entire genre. Now another market beater. It's already hit #1.
NDTV Profit, India's #1 finance app. Download free at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Live stream of NDTV Profit, market news and your easy-to-manage portfolio. Download now, ndtvprofit.com/apps.